Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Bastion episode 5. So last time we tried a couple challenges and we didn't find a core. So there's nothing we can build right now. So let's pat Charles and come on over to the arsenal, because let's switch it up. Let's go with the Kale Hammer and the Fang Repeater. Let's go back to the basics. And then last episode we got the Snooze Dart from the Fang Repeater challenge. It is a bolt coated in a heavy sedative, which causes the target to lose consciousness on impact, considered unsportsmanlike by many trappers. That sounds like fun.
A repeater goes with a hammer better than a box of nails.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe we can nail in a good snooze dart while they're sleeping.
Now here's what really happened in the Hanging Gardens. The calamity took everybody after all.
Let's go face what happened to this place.
Kid sees a plain, frozen faces all around. You don't much care to see him. Not like this.
It's really sad what's happened to these guys. Crap, I think I was going the secret way. Or nope, there's just nothing over here at all. That's cool.
These folks never saw the calamity coming, but someone did. Someone close.
Man, such devastation. Just all these people turned to ash.
It was someone like him.
Well, who do we have here? We found ourselves another survivor.
Kid sees him there agape, in the flesh.
Let's get to him.
It's a snag or two trying to get to him. He ain't about to stop, no matter what.
That turret wrecked me in the face. It's really mean when they put two of those flamethrower turrets
after all.
on a path like that. No, I don't want you to face that one. I want you to face... I keep missing the... This is not going well for me. I am really not doing so hot, am I?
Just ain't got time for answers.
Yeah, give me that health tonic.
Didn't make it.
I'm gonna need it.
They never saw what it was like beyond the walls. Nor did the bird boy. Didn't make it.
All these people that the kid probably knew that
The Jawsons. They didn't make it.
just simply didn't make it. They're all standing around looking like they were totally taken by surprise. I mean, these two are having a conversation. Nordy is kneeling on the ground looking at something. They never even saw it coming.
Grady Sr., Grady Jr. They didn't make it. But him, he survived.
Alright, over here we have an Ura sigil.
Kid finds proof enough that man ain't from around here.
A memento, an insignia borne by people of Ura heritage. The Tizal Spade was a rare sight in Solandia before the calamity, as very few Ura lived in the city. Now, there are fewer still. So... Rux is alluding to this person being an Ura, whatever that is.
Just think, without that man, we wouldn't be here right now, would we?
And apparently he's a big player in the current story of when Rux is telling his
The
tale.
core survives as well.
Oh, whoops. There we go. That was much better. Let's try to play better. Well, it looks like we can't get through.
Kid does what he has to do. And then, what do you say to a man who's seen too much? Kid hasn't a clue, but he says this. We have to go. Please. He's a proper gentleman, that man. His name is Zulf. No hiding he's an Ura. Folks like him ain't never been a common sight in Caelondia. He's relieved to see a living face or two. The kid and I introduce ourselves in kind. Both to him and to each other. For the first time.
Alright, so we have another survivor in the Bastion. His name is Zulf, and he seems to be an outsider from Caelondia, a foreigner. Let's go ahead and talk to him. We can show him the different mementos we've picked up, so why don't we ask him about this stuff. We can talk to Zulf about life in Caelondia before the Calamity. What was it like living in the city? Didn't you get homesick?
For Zulf, Caelondia was like a second home. He's real worried about his first home, too. Far to the east.
Alright, well, what about this crystal barrette? We can show Zulf the crystal barrette from the rippling walls. You didn't happen to see a girl who wore this in her hair, did you?
We all lost loved ones in the Calamity, he says. I don't know how I'm gonna go on without mine.
Ouch, that hurts. We can offer Zulf the spyglass found on the sundown path. Maybe this can help you take your mind off things. You could help us find new skyway paths.
Zulf offers to help me plot the skyways for the kid. At least the Calamity hasn't touched the stars, he says.
And finally, we can ask Zulf about the Ura Sigil, discovered in the Hanging Gardens. Have you been in Caelondia long? Did you travel all the way from the east?
He was born in the Tazzle terminals. The Ura sent him on a mission of peace to our city, and he's lived here ever since.
Okay, so Zulf was kind of an ambassador, a way to show Caelondia that the Ura can be peaceful with the Caelondians. So now we can talk to Rux, and now he actually has a name, Rux. And we can just ask him about the Ura Sigil. Were there many Ura living in the city before the Calamity? Can they be trusted here?
We fought the Ura decades ago, but that was then. Things are different between us now.
Alright, this is way too short to make an entire episode out of, so let's go ahead and slot another core in.
The cores. They remember. That's why this place is coming together. That's why things are gonna be alright.
Alright,
Well,
so
look what we have here.
we have two totally new buildings. The Memorial, plans for a structure that chronicles past and future efforts. Just need a place to build it. A necessary testament to the Calamity. By paying tribute to the past one may better prepare for the future. And the Lost and Found, plans for a facility that holds and restores a variety of valuables. You just need a place to build it. The Calamity tore the old world to pieces, yet even the smallest fragments can be restored in the Bastion. So I'm going to go for the Lost and Found first.
The Lost and Found. Here, kid takes fragments of the old world and makes them whole again.
So now you have a whole bunch of different things you can buy. You can buy the Graver Slash, which is a War Machete skill. That one is pretty good at dealing damage close range. You have one of pretty much every, well, you have some upgrade items that you can buy. But we get to the good stuff at the bottom. We have some spirits. We have Whale Ale, which will give us 25% damage using secret skills. Bastion Bourbon. Health tonics fully restore health and +2 health tonic capacity. So you start with all 5, and they're more effective. I personally like this one a lot.
All it takes is some fragments, and the Bastion makes it good as new.
Lunkhead Liquor, 100% damage when counter-blocking with the Bullhead Shield. I have plans for this one as well. And the Stab Synth, automatically retaliate when injured. It's a waxy, thirst-quenching drink. Wow. Yep, nothing good comes from stab weed. So, What do you say we go over to our distillery and equip our new
A sip of
spirits?
lunkhead liqueur will toughen you up. Too bad it's like drinking a saddlebag. We tracked down a couple more cores near the edge of the city.
Alright, so we have two new places we can go. We could go to Cinderbrick Fort, which lies deep inside the toughest fort of the city. Or Pyth Orchard, where the core should be nestled by the shrine of the god of commotion and order. So let's go ahead and head over to Pyth Orchard, shall we?
No use praying to the gods these days. No time for it either.
Well, that looks like a pleasant way to finally come into a
Kid
level.
says a little prayer anyway. Couldn't hurt, right? Pyth Orchard. Place is a dead end in more ways than one. Folks used to make pilgrimage here to pay their respects to Pyth, the bull. Well, the gods are long gone now, and the orchard core is long gone too. Seems Pyth ain't much of a watchdog.
Well, he's a bull in the first place, so he doesn't make much of a dog.
Pyth stood for something once. Something real. In time, though, the bull stopped being a symbol and started being decoration. Pyth makes a decent scarecrow, at least.
This place is eerily empty. Not even enemies to fight. Until now.
Then Pyth lights up like a rodeo.
Alright, so I'm just gonna put this guy to sleep
Breaks him to bits.
and wail on
Must have
him.
been guarding that shrine.
Let's go into the shrine.
So what'll it be? Invoke the gods, or tell them off?
So the shrine is an interesting building. You have all these different gods you can invoke the powers of. Right now we only have Pyth, which will make foes grow quicker to move and to strike. The wakeful bull, patient yet temperamental, adorns the city's walls with his likeness. So, if we
Pyth.
take it, the foes will be stronger, but we get 10% more XP and 10% more fragments. So when we get this in the Bastion, I'll be using a combination of ones that I don't find too difficult so I can get some extra fragments and
Kid
XP.
decides to press his luck.
Ooh, hello.
Well, if the gods are alive, they must be plenty sore.
All the squirts everywhere. Let's just clear out this last one if he'll stop dancing around me. And counterblock, that does not bode
Kid
well
ain't never seen windbags
for
that
something
quick.
coming up.
Maybe old Pyth put a scare in him.
Wow, I am not doing so well with those, am I? So now we have enemies. We just had to wait until we were going back. There we go. And for some odd reason that was not firing. Okay, this one needs to stop making squirts. And this one needs to die just because XP. And it turns me around. Awesome. Did that squirt just... Yeah, that elephant squirt just hit me and I countered it and it did nothing. So the reason why I snoozed the last one of these is because you can just kind of hold up your shield and wait for him to stop, otherwise you get hit like crazy. So I'm just gonna snooze this other one and wail on him.
The kid passes Pyth's trial, and he's richer for it.
Alright, over here we have a plush Pyth.
The gods don't care about trinkets, but the kid ain't no god.
Oh, I didn't notice that last time. Wow. That poor kid, he was just playing with his toy. So the plush Pyth is a memento, a machine-stitched likeness of the god of commotion and order. As the people of Caelondia grew more self-sufficient, they grew less fearful of their gods and turned them into commodities. That's a common theme in the world, actually. Societies will start very religious and then they grow more and more self-sufficient, and they focus more on stuff like riches and material things. So it's kind of interesting how they integrated that in here.
Kid ain't found a core, but at least he found Zolf's precious shrine.
Well, glad we came here all the way for Zolf. Good for Zolf.
Now we can build a shrine of our own, though I got some alternatives in mind.
No, we can't. We don't have a core. Let's ask Zolf about the plush Pyth. Would you like to hang on to this? The Ura people worshipped the same gods as us, after all.
Zolf doesn't touch the thing. Says the god of commotion is no children's toy.
Alright, we got some new decorations. We now have a new pet machine guardian, the Steam Bull. We can tap him and he does some does a quarter
Turn
turn.
him round and round all you like. Pyth's still gonna be ugly.
He's ugly no matter what end you look at. We also got some cool new banners. Alright, this Bastion is getting pretty decked out. Now let's ask Rux about the plush Pyth.
The Ura feared the gods. We turned them into toys, put their faces on our walls.
So there seems to be some major cultural differences between the Ura and the Caelondians, which is to be expected. So, oh, actually, I have an idea. Before I do that, something just came to me. I'm gonna come over here to the Lost and Found, buy stab synth,
Finders keepers.
which leaves us dangerously low on funds, but that's okay, because I think what I'm about to do will well make up for it.
Stab synth is like drinking a cool breeze. Just don't go spitting needles everywhere.
Do they actually put needles in there? So we could go to Cinderbrick Fort, but I think I'm going to end this video off with another challenge. Let's go to the Bullhead Court, where very few emerged unscathed from the Bullhead Court, but many tried. So that thing about the counter block?
The accused always got a fair shake in Caelondia.
Yeah,
Some used to take the Bullhead trial.
that's going to be the important part of this trial. We have no weapons, and it wants us to deflect attacks without getting hit. So we pick up our shield.
Survive the trial without taking a scratch. You'd walk away a free man.
This is going to be all about countering. So the reason I took what I did was because I want that extra counter attack damage, because without it some of these things don't quite die on one hit. And then stab synth just in case I do take a hit. Oh wow, like that.
The Bullhead trial taught folks 3 things. First, a good defense is a good offense. Second, gotta always watch your back. Third, ain't no godlike bull up there gonna save you.
Alright, so it's really all about just getting down the timing of when to put up your shield to get the counter. I always do these ones early. You need to wait until they shake. Like that. There we go. As they rise up, they make their little sound, and they shake. Not quite then. Wow, I countered, but it didn't do anything. must have hit the... Yeah, it hit the block. That's what it was. Okay. Alright, so now we have these ones. They'll rapid fire on you. So make sure you keep your shield up. That one goes really fast. So yeah, you have to be very careful with how you do this, because your back isn't protected by your shield. So you want to try and only take these things one at a time. So come here, Squirt. Squirt. Squirt, notice me. I need you to hit me in order to win this. Otherwise, I'll be here forever. That's one annoying thing about squirts, is if they're right next to you when they dash, they'll dash through your counter. Squirt, Squirt, come on, buddy. Alright, so we're making some pretty good progress. We only have one hit taken so far. Alright, so there's a couple other things you can do to kill enemies. If I can get him placed right. You could just do this and have the turret kill him for you, but what fun is that? That takes forever.
The smarter ones knew when to just step aside and let things go.
Alright, this one's a little bit trickier. Careful not to step in a sludge, because that will count as a hit against you. So I'm gonna stay here. Oh, this should be good. Ah, come on. Alright, let's try and get him over this way. You can counterattack this guy, but it's dangerous and he has a lot of health. Alright, come on. There we go.
The kid pulls it off like it was nothing.
One hit taken, not bad if I do say so myself. There is no secret skill, there's no upgrades, but there is a lot, and I mean a lot, of fragments. 3,014 fragments for first place, if you're also taking the second and third place prize. That's a lot. Like, you saw how much the stuff was at the Lost and Found, a couple hundred? Yeah, this is definitely a very good one to do.
There's a hint of pride in his eye when he gets back, and more than a hint in mine.
Aw, thanks, Rux. But yeah, if you're low on cash, go ahead and do the Bullhead Court. It might take a little bit getting used to. I know when I first played this game, it took me a while, but just learning how to counterattack from there is worth it. Because as you saw, we were one-shotting just about everything with a counterattack. And we can use that with any weapon because you always have your shield, and it's also a defensive maneuver. So it's just always good to have. So now we could buy just about everything in here. So let's go ahead and take the Graver Slash.
It wasn't fixed. It was unbroken.
And something sharp. There we go. Take it over to the forge. And now we can get more attack steal damage over time, or more of a critical chance. So I think I'm going to go
Points just don't
all
get
right
any
side.
sharper than that.
And so now we should have a very powerful War Machete. Let's see just how good it is with that new Graver Slash on Let's Play Bastion. See you all next time.